everybody, welcome to another video of Learning Japanese. In this video, we're going to be continuing from the previous video, which was coverage of the 7th episode of Boku Dake ga Inai Machi. And this is, again, another vocabulary of anime. And so the 4 vocabulary terms that we're going to cover in this video are as follows. Number 1, we have the word fumikomu, which means to step into, to break into, to get to the core of. Number 2, we have the verb shikaru, which means to scold. Number 3, we have the word haijyo, which means removal or elimination. Number 4, we have the word yuukai, which means abduction. So with our words listed, now let's just jump into the sentences that they're used in the actual episode. And number 1 again is fumikomu, which means to step into, to break into, to get to the core of. And in the episode, it is used in the line, Nano ni sono俺の目の前でお前は踏み込んでいった。
なのにその俺の目の前でお前は踏み込んでいった。
And what this line will translate to is something along the lines of, and yet right in front of my eyes you stepped in and got right to the core of it. Break down this sentence bit by bit. So first up, what we have is the phrase Nano ni, and here no ni is going to translate to even though. The particle na is being used in front of it because that's just going to be the implication that something was said before the sentence. So Nano ni is just going to translate to something along the lines of even though or and yet. Right after that, we have the word sono, which is going to translate to that. It's going to be modifying the word right after it, which is ore, which means I. Then we have a noun of a noun modification going on here with ore as the first noun. The second noun is going to be the word me, which means eyes. So ore no me is going to be my eyes. And this is actually going to be a part of another noun of a noun modification. So ore no me is going to be the first noun in this noun of a noun modification, and the second one is going to be my, which means front. So ore no me no mai is going to be the front of my eyes. We have the particle de, marking it as kind of a location in which an action happened. So right in front of my eyes, something happened. It's going to be an action, and we're going to find out once we continue along the sentence. And we have the word right after that, which is omae, which means you. We have the particle wa, marking you as the topic of the sentence. Then we have the verb that is the vocabulary term that we're talking about, which is fumikomu, which means to step into, to break into. Here it's being used in its te form because it's going to be combined with the verb iru. So then we have fumikomu turned into fumikonde. Then we have iru changed into its plain past form, which is itta. And so we know fumikomu means to step into, to break into, to get to the core of. And we know omae means you, so this is going to translate to you stepped in and got right to the core of it, basically. And we're going to combine that with the first part of the sentence, and all together we have, and yet, right in front of my eyes, you stepped in and got right to the core of it. Nano ni sono ore no me no mae de omae wa fumikonde itta.
なのにその俺の目の前でお前は踏み込んでいった。
For our next vocabulary term, we have the word shikaru, which means to scold. And this is going to be used in the sentence that is actually going to immediately succeed the sentence that we just covered. And the line that we have is, 俺にはまるでこうやるんだっていう意思が悟に入り込んで俺を叱ったように思えたんだ。
俺にはまるでこうやるんだっていう意志が悟に入り込んで俺を叱ったように思えたんだ。
And this is a bit of a complicated sentence. What it'll basically translate to is something along the lines of, it was like a will that said, this is how you do things, took over your body and was scolding me. So let's break down this sentence bit by bit to see how this is working. First up, we have the phrasing ore niwa, and this is just going to translate to basically to me, from my perspective, or something along those lines, because we know ore means I, niwa is this double particle usage here. Then we have the phrasing maru de, and this is going to translate to something along the lines of completely, at all, as though, just like. Right after that, we have the word ko. This is going to translate to something along the lines of in this way, or thus, or such. It's going to be used in conjunction with the word that follows it, which is the verb yaru, which means to do. So basically, ko yaru is going to translate to do in this way or do as such. We have the particle n and then da right after yaru to kind of give this emphasis once again. Then we have the small su and the character te. This is basically going to be the casual quoting particle, so it's representing that the thing said before it is a quote, kind of. Right after te, we have the word yu, which means to say. Then we have the word ishi, which means intention or purpose. More naturally, it'll translate to will in this context. So basically, so far what we've covered is going to translate to a will that said, this is how you do things. Continuing on, we have the particle ga, which is going to be marking that will as the subject now. Then we have the word Satoru, which is just going to be the name of the person he's talking to. Then we have the particle ni to denote Satoru as a destination for the will, kind of. Then we have the verb hairikonde, which is going to translate to get into, to penetrate basically, and this is going to be denoting the action of that will. It's going to be going into Satoru basically. But we have hairikonde in its te form, so it turns into hairikonde, and this is going to let us continue the sentence. And so continuing on with the sentence, next up we have ore, which of course means I again. We have the particle o, marking ore as the direct object, and then we have the verb shikaru, which is our vocabulary term, and it means to scold. So ore o shikaru means to scold me, but shikaru is going to be in its past form because it's talking about something that already happened, so it turns into shikatta. And then we have the phrasing yo ni omoetanda. Yo ni is going to translate to like basically, and omoetanda is going to translate to it seemed. So it seemed like. So now we're going to wrap this all together, and it's going to come out as it was as if a will that said, this is how you do things, took over your body and was scolding me. Ore niwa maru de kou yaru nda tteiu ishi ga Satoru ni hairikonde ore o shikatta you ni omoetanda.
俺にはまるでこうやるんだっていう意志が悟に入り込んで俺を叱ったように思えたんだ。
For our next vocabulary term, we have the word haijyo, and this is just going to translate to removal or elimination. In the sentence that's used in the episode, it's actually being used as a verbal noun. So haijyo suru is going to mean to get rid of or to remove. And so the line specifically is haijyo shite yaru. Aitsu o hinazuki no mae kara haijyo sureba.
排除してやる。あいつをひなずきの前から排除すれば。
And what this will translate to is basically haijyo shite yaru, aitsu o hinazuki no mae kara haijyo sureba ... So let's break down this line bit by bit. First up, we have just the vocabulary term that we're talking about, haijyo, which means removal or elimination. Like I said, it's being used as a verbal noun here, so it's being used with suru in its te form, followed by the verb yaru. And the te form of a verb followed by yaru means to do something for somebody else. So haijyo shite yaru is going to translate to remove or to eliminate for somebody else. The somebody else implied here is going to be hinazuki. But this grammatical nuance that is pretty unique to the Japanese language here is usually so subtle that we don't include that for somebody else in the actual translation. So we'll just turn that into I'll get rid of her without saying for hinazuki because it's already implied. We move on to the second sentence that's a part of this line. So first up we have aitsu, and this is going to translate to he or she or that guy or whatever. We have the particle o marking aitsu as the direct object. Right after that, we have hinazuki no mae, and this is going to be a noun of a noun modification. It's using hinazuki, the person, as the first noun, then mae as the second noun. So hinazuki is just going to be the person, the name of the person he's referring to, and mae in this context is going to translate to something along the lines of presence. So hinazuki no mae is going to be hinazuki's presence. Right after that, we have the particle kara, which means from. So from hinazuki's presence. Then we have our vocabulary term once again, haijyo, and it's going to be used as a verbal noun, but this time suru is going to be in its ba form, which is the hypothetical form. So haijyo sureba is going to be if I get rid of, if I eliminate. Then we refer to the beginning of the sentence again, and of course we know aitsu is going to be the direct object of this, so if I get rid of her from hinazuki's presence. Then again, there's the ... to imply that this is an unfinished sentence, basically. So altogether, once again, these two sentences combined form the line, I'll get rid of her if I can just take her out of the picture, hinazuki will ... haijyo shite yaru, aitsu o hinazuki no mae kara haijyo sureba ...
排除してやる。あいつをひなずきの前から排除すれば。
For our next vocabulary term, we have the word yuukai, which means abduction. And the line in the episode that it's used in is this cute line of 今からお前のことを誘拐するけどいい？
あのさ、今からお前のこと誘拐するけどいい？
And what this is going to translate to is just kind of, can I abduct you right now? A pretty creepy sentence, but in the context of this sentence, it's really cute. So let's break down this sentence and see why it's so cute. So first up, we have imakara, and this is going to mean hence or from now or now. Right after that, we have omae, which is going to again mean you. We have no koto, and this is going to be a kind of hard, uniquely Japanese thing to explain. But when we use the phrasing no koto after a person, basically, or a person's name, it basically just translates to that person still. So the no koto is a kind of hard thing to explain, but it's used in that way. But it usually just means the same thing as just saying that person without no koto after it. Right after that, we have the vocabulary term that we're talking about, and it's going to be used as a verbal noun. So yuukai suru is going to mean abduct, to abduct. Then right after that, we have the phrasing kedo I, and this is just going to be asking a question, basically, if it is good, because I means good, but more naturally, I guess it'll be okay. So, is it okay if I abduct you right now, or can I abduct you right now? 今からお前のことを誘拐するけどいい？
あのさ、今からお前のこと誘拐するけどいい？
And there we go. With that, we're done covering 4 vocabulary terms as a part of this part 2 of 2 parts of coverage of Boku Machi episode 7. If you'd like to learn some more new words from this episode that you might not know, check out the first part of this coverage. And yeah, so total, we've covered 8 terms from the 7th episode of Boku Machi, and hopefully you learned some new words alongside enjoying a really good anime series.